Whenever possible, leaders need to make sure they're creating a culture of recognition, celebrating successes. In this lesson, you're going to learn about the importance of recognizing others' contributions as a leader and how you're going to come away with 3 specific tactics that are going to transform your team's culture that I've implemented and I've used throughout my career at various stops along the way. You see, it's important to make sure that we're keeping track of the wins that we have as a team. You need to be both celebrating successes and recognizing others for what they do. We got to record the wins, we got to share them with everyone as well. You see, it's very hard as a leader to see everything that happens daily, but sharing wins promptly is essential. We have to make sure that we're recognizing the contributions of others. As leaders in teams, we got to maintain what I've said before is a success tracker, where both big and small accomplishments are recorded. We got to write down the successes as they happen. With a regular review, it's going to drive you and it's going to drive your team forward. Inside my Achieve More planner, which I'll put the link available for folks, this is where you can actually get a copy of the success tracker at the back of that planner. It's going to help you continue to keep track of the wins that you've had. Now, it's important to remember, though, that everybody needs recognition, even yourself as a leader. Regardless of industry, regardless of various factors like age and region where somebody lives, any demographic factors, we all want the same thing. We all want to be led by a leader who has a clear sense of direction, who hears and acknowledges us. We want to be able to use our skills and abilities to our fullest potential and find meaning in our work. We want to be fairly compensated. We want to grow our skills, and we want to be given credit for the work that we do and be recognized for it. Many leaders, they get caught up in the day-to-day. They forget to recognize their team. People have said to me throughout my career, like, Chris, why do I need to recognize people for just doing their jobs? It's expected that they do their jobs. Well, like, no, you have to actually recognize and thank people and appreciate them. Without employees doing their jobs, you as the leader are not going to be able to do yours. So you want to recognize people and appreciate them for being consistent, maybe going the extra mile, giving suggestions that help make a better business or team or department. So I'm going to share with you some recognition programs that I've developed throughout my career that have helped me. The first one, I call this Make It Peer Driven. Because you can't see, you can't hear, you can't review everything that your employees do. You're stuck in meetings maybe, your team is working on various tasks and responsibilities. Everyone's supporting one another, so if you create a peer-driven kind of recognition program, one where you get your team members to recognize the accomplishments of others, for those who go above and beyond the call of duty, it can make a world of difference. So one simple thing that I've done, I'd say almost the last 20 years, every month you have team members send in nominations of the people that they think that they're working alongside that deserve some recognition. Ask for an example of what they've done, of why they think that someone is deserving, and then review all the nominations and choose the top 3 as that month's recipients. Announce the winners each month in front of the entire team. Provide them either a certificate or a trophy or something to commemorate the fact that they have been recognized. And depending on your budget, because you never know, have them play a game or spin a wheel or get some sort of prize of some sort. Whatever the specific reason is or the story for why someone was selected needs to be shared with the entire team, so it's going to encourage similar behaviors from others. Another form of recognition, I call this basically being cross-functional in public. Because many organizations, they operate in silos. They share information, resources, decisions, not willingly, and it's sometimes tucked behind these solid walls that are tough to kind of crack. So in a cross-functional example of a recognition program, acknowledge the contributions of individuals across different teams. Those who make a difference, who help make your team's lives easier, help you achieve your goals, provide you some support. It helps to break down some of the walls and silos. It opens up more doors for collaboration. It gives you allies that you can work alongside. You could provide lunch maybe for that person and their team. You could recognize them publicly, have them participate in some of those games and activities. Maybe I've done this where I've given people trophies that are engraved with their name and what they've won to highlight the fact that they're, again, a supporting star that's made a difference for the teams that I've led. Then there's the form of recognition, what I call this random, yet focused. We all know that work can sometimes be a negative place. So sometimes you got to make the day more positive. So I have this thing where I've done with a lot of teams throughout the years, I call it Positive Friday, or whatever day of the week it is. Essentially, it's a day where we go out intentionally to catch people doing things right. On a random day, I ask them to go and find at least 3 things that people are doing right and thank them for it. Then at the end of the day, as a team, come back and we review the positive moments. We discuss them together, and what we find always is that the collective mood rises throughout the course of that day and the days that follow. Because everyone, again, is catching people doing things right. They're seeing the positive moments. They're seeing the little nuances that make a world of difference. It can make a world of difference there for you. And ultimately, it starts to give you even higher return on investment with your people, because it's a culture shift that happens where people don't focus on the negative. They don't focus on what's going wrong. They focus on what's positive. So create a culture of recognition. Try some of these, or try all 3 of these. And you're going to ensure that engagement remains high. And you're going to ultimately celebrate the successes of your people. And that's going to help you become more of a game-changing leader.